take care of your business. I kind of agree with that because like if it's like a basic human schedule or like needs thing, like hey, I forgot to feed my cat. Like I really need to run home. I live right across the street. Can I just run home and feed my cat? I'll be right back. And it gives you a little bit of a breather, even if they let you clock out. I don't know. Yeah. I do feel like that should be like a normal thing though. But who the fuck am I? Welcome to the next episode of Too Many Chairs. My name is Cole.
I'm a little further away from the mic. Hi, I'm Ari. I'll move back to my normal spot once I'm done rubbing aloe on my legs.
Hi, my name is Cameron.
You know what? I was gonna give you the opportunity to be the sentinel this turnaround, but
that's not how I introduce myself. And as of last episode, I am the Glizzy Gobbler.
We'll shorten it. You're the Glizzy Goblin.
Yes.
Glitzy Goblin.
Glizzy Goblin? I am going to make a Glizzy Goblin now.
Oh no.
I don't know what that word means.
What do you know? What do you mean?
Don't know what glizzy means?
No.
Oh.
Like hot dog?
Hot dog?
I think even a hot dog goblin would be terrifying.
I mean, it depends on if hot dog is a euphemism or not, and then which case we knew that about Cameron.
It can be both. All right. I know that Cameron wanted to kick us off with something to get into our main topic. Our main topic, especially for me and Cameron, Ari's coming into this blind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I do my story and then mention it by name?
Take it off.
So
take it away.
I think it is the time of year where flowers are blooming and bees are very excited about the flowers blooming, which is fine. I love bees. Bees are great. Let them be excited. They leave you the fuck alone 90% of the time. Wasp, on the other hand, assholes. But we have flower beds outside of my place of employment, and we have seating next to these flower beds, and we warned people. I warned people.
You guys serve sweet stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Like
we have ice creams and milkshakes and whatnot. And I warned people. I'm like, there is a bee or two out here by our flowers. They might land on your table or fly near you. Just like I did verbally warn people. I'm like, just leave them be, just to be. Yeah. They're just curious. They just want to, check things out. They might want whipped cream. Who knows? And as soon as I said that, this bee flew by, which is fine. And the man that I said it to whacked the shit out of this bee. And I just kind of stared at him. I was like, and I didn't know how to look at him and tell him, and that's how you get stung. Because they proceeded to sit down outside anyways, even though this man clearly fucking hates bees.
If I ran a business and I found, if me or any of my employees found out that you were killing bees, off the premises, go away. You're no longer welcome here.
You're good to go. Sat outside anyways, and then a few minutes later proceeded to come inside and take one of my tables without asking.
Oh my God.
Leaving half of his stuff outside and half of his stuff inside, and just causing mayhem. And went, there was a bee outside. And I went, yeah, I know.
I told you.
You smacked it, sir. Mind you, the bees I love. One of the wasps that was outside drowned itself in a cup of milk. And I was like, sucks to suck, dude. You put yourself there.
Yeah. If this sweet little fucking nectar gusher is drowning itself in some creamy dairy, then you know what?
There's worse ways.
Yeah. There's definitely worse ways.
When I die, it's because my lactose intolerant ass decided to eat way too much dairy.
Specifically, your ass.
But
if I have to hear your engagement ring clack that bottle one more time, I'm gonna buy a racehorse and destroy this room.
I like horses. You like horses. This is a win-win.
Which is why I'm buying the horse.
But no, so you had me watch a show yesterday night?
Yes.
Yesterday night.
Yes, I'm so excited about
all
this.
I could think of was that man smacking the shit out of this bee that was doing nothing.
That's all it made you think of? Because I've got
It's not
many
all
thoughts.
it made me think of a lot of things. This show is called Man vs. Bee.
And it's so good.
It's on Netflix. It is actually not very long. It is 9 episodes long.
It's 10 episodes long.
It's not.
It's 9 or 10. I'm pretty sure it's 10. Each episode's like 10 minutes long. I know that for a fact. It's like 9.5 to 10 minutes long. And Ari, I know you haven't seen it, so you're going to be in the dark a little bit about this. But we're gonna explain this to you.
So I'm excited for this. The build up to this makes it sound like B movie The Revenge.
Holy shit! Yes.
Okay. So
oh my god! Wait, did I guess the B movie?
Oh, I know.
Revenge?
So this is a thought that we talked about that we had a little bit of a go back because the guy, what's his name? The actor, he plays Mr. Bean. It's Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah.
So he talks in this movie, which I appreciate.
Yes.
I like hearing his voice. But he would be the guy that me and Cameron assumed is like the perspective of the guy from the B movie and why he hates Barry B. Benson.
Oh my god.
So the premise of this movie is this man is house sitting for this very, very, very ridiculously rich couple.
Mm-hmm.
And they give him a whole manual of how to take care of their house and their things and their dog. And then they leave. And then this bee shows up.
Oh my
and
god.
this man proceeds to destroy the fucking house trying to kill this bee.
Oh my god.
The show opens with him being welcomed into the house in the dog Cupcake.
Yes.
The dog Cupcake, it looks like the dog is giving... It looks like he's giving Mr. Bean head.
Oh my god.
And they're just like, she's really friendly. He's like,
yeah. And he's receiving fellatio from this cupcake. And he's like, yeah, she is.
Well, the show actually opens, like that's once it cuts back in time. It opens to his court case.
Oh, well, yeah.
They're like, fucking, what? Arson was one of them.
Yeah. You're charged with arson, damages to whatever goods and blah, blah, blah. It's as much as an opening as it is like a weird like flashback.
Oh my god. This Ari sounds wild.
Yeah, you have to watch it.
We
can watch it tonight after the episode if you want.
I'm gonna have to go to bed.
Oh, okay.
After,
I was like, you can grab a snack. It's like even if you watch like the first 2 episodes.
I will likely watch the first 2 episodes tomorrow.
My first and main question for Man vs. Bee is this bee sentient? Like, it's sentient, obviously, all bees are, but is it aware?
It has to be.
Of what it's doing?
It has to be.
Yes, it has to be, Cameron. It has to be. And you want to know why I think it has to be? It's because that motherfucker, there's a scene, or there's a few scenes.
Where he actually gets the bee outside.
No, it's not even just that. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Hold on. Mr. Bean, or Rowan in this case, I forgot his character name.
We'll just call him Mr. Bean.
Yeah, I'll call him Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean. God, I love Mr. Bean. He fired the first shot without a fucking doubt, especially with the swatting. But the way this bee looks at him sometimes when it's like in front of his face and like it's like bzzz, doing its own thing, you can tell that bee's like, fuck you, bitch, I'm still here.
Well, the show zooms to the bee's perspective on occasion.
Yeah.
And the bee actively is like, look, like I mentioned, at some point he does get the bee outside of the home.
Inside of like the toaster oven.
and this bee is like, okay, I'm gonna fly off towards the wood. And then it turns around and it sees that the sliding door has been left open. And like the closed captions quite literally said triumphant music.
Yeah,
and this bee's like zooming towards this door.
Hauling ass as fast as his little bumble butt will carry him.
Mr. Bean is full sprinting, racing this bee. The bee still beats him. But like,
no, the bee doesn't beat him to the door. Bean reaches the door first, but he goes to shut it, and the bee just—it's like that action movie, like
my god,
through the sliding glass door as it's closing, and then Mr. Bean locks himself out of this house.
But it's like the bee has to be listening Because at one point, like in the beginning, when they're telling him all about their house, they're like, we do have this really expensive book in our library and we don't want the dog in there because of it. The bee intentionally leads the dog into the library and lands on top of this because it knows the dog is attacking it.
And it lands on the manuscript.
Like,
oh my God. Yeah, this bee definitely seems sentient and angry.
But why?
Why?
Also, like, bees have a swarming. Why would the bee not just be like, hey, fucking queen and everyone else,
fuck
get
that.
your ass over
this
here?
I'm so fascinated, especially not even just the bee's perspective. Why would you put so much energy, especially to swinging shit around in a house that's not yours? Just let it be.
I messaged you at one point. They have apparently the original Jaguar whatever car.
Oh yeah, like an
the
old
original. This man in the beginning of the show, they enter the garage and there's seven different cars. And he goes to chase this bee, or no, he's getting in a car to bring Cupcake to the end.
They were locked, weren't they? The Jaguar was unlocked.
But like, just fucking break the window on the less expensive car.
I want to see a picture.
If you are under the impression that car
I love the picture for it.
It's so good.
is worth that much money.
Was it like two? It was a couple. Was it million or billion?
Like 2 billion, I think.
2 billion pounds or something like that. Yeah.
If you are aware and have been informed that car is that expensive, I would rather break the window and hotwire one
of $1 million
other
car.
fucking cars than even touch that one.
Oh God! And then it's not even. We didn't even talk about the damage that he did to this dog.
Oh my God!
He built a contraption that filled. Okay, so the dog's food is in this pantry, right?
Mm-hmm.
She has special food.
Yeah, special food. The dog has a nut allergy and shits all over the floor.
She has an everything allergy apparently.
But so this dog's food is in here, along with a few other things. Mr. Bean builds a contraption of how many different sprays was it? Like poisonous, like 5 different poisonous aerosols.
They're like on the bottle, say keep away from animals.
Yeah, and he builds it and just pumps it into this fucking closed small.
Where he didn't notice the dog is.
The dog is still.
Yeah,
this dog, she's still in this damn pantry.
Because he locked the bee in there by giving the bee a piece of bread with peanut butter on it.
No, that was the oven, the toaster oven.
He gave the bee something in the fucking closet. I can't remember what. The dog is a sheepdog. It's not a small dog. Like, it's a medium largest breed dog. You can't fucking. He's so hyper focused on this bee. He just.
Nothing else matters.
He didn't see the fucking dog. Like, closed it and was like. Like, just releases 5 full cans of fucking bug spray that's harmful to animals and opens the closet. Still doesn't notice the dog at first.
And Ari doesn't kill the dog. Almost kills the dog. Doesn't even remotely kill the bee.
The bee was asleep for a little bit.
The bee went night-night.
And then like
5 cans of bug spray. Not a single death.
Oh my God.
The bee survives a homemade bomb explosion at one point.
And a flamethrower.
There's the arson. I picked up on where the arson is.
And Mr. Bean, I don't want to tell what the burglars were actually there for.
Oh, like
the burglars were there.
Yeah.
This Mr. Bean is so focused on this bee that he doesn't notice the house has been broken into by 3 large men who are now walking around this house trying to rob it. And he is walking around this house in the middle of the night going, when I find you, I'm going to kill you. Because he's talking to the bee and these burglars are hiding like, oh God.
Oh my God.
Well, they're looking at these art pieces that they're supposed to be stealing, which I won't spoil too much. Which makes me think, do you think that the only reason that guy went to prison in the first place is when they went to go steal those, the altercations that Mr. Bean made to these real art projects were now considered fakes, but were somehow insured?
I saw it move. Sorry. I got very strange.
Were somehow insured when they were still real, but now altered, which are now fakes because they're not originals. and that's why that motherfucker's in jail. So Mr. Bean should be in prison for the damages he's caused, but the only reason that he's not is because they're like, yeah, we reviewed the art and they were fakes because it looks like someone tried to put them together.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, because from the get-go. Anywho, I don't want to spoil it too much. I just want to talk about.
I don't even know if the spoiling it's something you have to see with your own fucking eyes. It's.
But
I feel like no matter what I hear about it, it's not going to prepare me for the actual.
No,
thing.
There's times like when he lights the manual on fire. I had a mouthful of hot dogs, and I'm sitting right here on the floor, next to all the chairs, and I'm just like. I'm sorry.
You're pulling an Ari and sitting on the floor next to the chairs.
But I'm sitting there watching this, and I have to do that thing where I look away because I'm like, if I watch him burn something that controls this $1 million home, I might actually kill him.
Yeah.
And like it's so weirdly like I don't know it's kind of I don't know, it's one of those things that snap in your brain where like you're like I should be paying attention to the show. But I can't look at it because it's not that it's cringy, but like it kind of hurts.
Secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah, kind of like that. It's like how can you be this fucking stupid?
No, I need to bring up throughout this entire show of this man trying to kill this fully aware bee in this $1 million home. They're trying to like slightly suggest and play up in the background the story of his divorce and him trying to get his kid back.
Oh my god! Wait,
there's not enough room in this show for what is going on,
and it's
for the writers and directors to be like. Also, let's try to slide in that Mr. Bean is not only divorced but trying to build a relationship with his daughter. And smooth out any kind of ground with his ex-wife.
And I don't know if you caught it or if you were like too flabbergasted throughout the show to notice. They vaguely hint at specifically his wife or his ex-wife, I suppose, vaguely hints that this is not the first time he has overreacted to something that isn't real.
Yeah. Not which brings me into a whole other thing because like is this an entire hallucination? Like what the fuck's happening? But no, his wife does mention that. She's like, you have to stop letting little things or like control your actions and stop freaking out. I forget what one of the examples was that was given to him, but no. I did catch that part, and it's just like, but
she was saying that the paper shredder was trying to kill him.
Yes, and he's like, it was trying to kill me.
But it's a paper shredder, which has no potential to be sentient. At least a bee does. It's a living thing. Maybe it can form intelligence, but a paper shredder cannot.
God.
So it's like, is he crazy? Or is this bee real?
Which, like, especially for like a homesteading business, I'm sure if they do look at like Mr. Bean and like if he has some kind of a mental break, they're like, this guy's a perfect tax write-off.
Yeah, right?
This is what we could do with this guy.
Oh, also, it's his first home-sitting job ever.
Yeah.
They gave him the richest fucking house they could.
A multi-million-dollar home for his first night of business.
And for some reason, the owners of the home didn't get to like, they weren't contacted by the company. Most companies like that will be like, here's some potential house sitters. What do you think of that?
Well, yeah, because they had a regular guy. They had a regular person that they hired from that company.
Yeah.
And the company wasn't, by the way, blah, blah, blah isn't going to be showing up. You know, he's out on holiday or something like that.
It's Mr. Bean.
Yeah, it's just Rowan Atkinson at his fucking best.
Oh my god, I love there's a police officer that shows up every single time a police officer is needed to this home. And every time he's like, what the fuck's going on here? I don't get paid enough. And like, he doesn't ever say I don't get paid enough, but you can tell from the look on his face. He's like, I don't want to ask questions.
Well, the second time he was covered in a fur coat and soot because he was chasing this bee up.
A dog collar on.
Yeah, he had the dog collar on because he got trapped outside.
And he smelled like shit.
Oh yeah, and he had shit smeared across his face and his.
He had a big fur coat, a rainbow dog collar, literal shit smeared across his face, no shoes.
Oh my god.
So I did a little bit of research. It turns out though that for the, I don't know if it's correct research or not, but it's the information I've gathered. But the bee that they use was not a real bee. Whoa,
Really?
groundbreaking.
What?
No, so there was a mix between the bee being, yeah, I know, right? Between the bee being CGI, which Rowan did an amazing job at pretending that bee was real and in the room with him. And then they had a plastic bee too that was modeled very similarly. And then another one was like a puppeteered bee, which they had like a master of puppets working this fucking bee. And I think I can see it in one of the scenes where like it's in on the bee and the way its wings are flopping. I think I can tell. I think I can tell that that's one of the scenes where that bee is being puppeteered. But it's so good. It's so good.
It's the most ridiculous fucking thing. But I enjoyed it.
Oh no, it's definitely worth the time.
I like to imagine that for the scenes that they knew it was going to be the CGI bee, they did like the thing that they sometimes do when I think they did it in some of the like Roger, like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, or like the Looney Tune animated like mixed live action movies.
Are you talking about where they put like a green ball on the end of a stick and they're like, can't follow this?
I like to imagine that with Rowan Atkinson, but instead it's like a chopstick with a little tiny pea on it, and that's what they use. Or like a really long wire and like a pony bead, and just like, all right, here's your bee, come get it. Like you're luring a dog with a bone.
Oh my god. But no, that's something that you definitely need to check out. It is.
I know. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch it now.
Second for second, worth every, and it's not that long too. Like I said,
it's really not.
Yeah, it goes by in like an hour. It's so. When I first found out, when I was reading over it, I was like, okay. I was like, Mr. Bean's done lots of movies. Like this will be just another movie. No, it's a fucking TV show. It has episodes. And I was like, what?
And I feel the need to point out the way each episode ends. You know those like YouTube series where you get the choice of selections.
Yeah.
And it like
interactive.
It feels almost interactive because you know how at the end of the interactive videos where it's waiting for you to make a selection, the character's still there, like moving, but it's almost like slightly delayed, or it feels off in some way. Like everything about the story has frozen and is waiting on you. The end of every episode feels like that.
Yeah.
Like it's either Mr. Bean like hyper focusing on the camera, or it's this little bee like walking out of a vacuum cleaner, and it's like, oh, it's gonna like quick cut to a selection that I've made. And it's not. That's just the end of the episode. It's just odd.
I kind of like that though. It makes you feel like you have to like do something.
Yeah, except for at the end of every episode, I picked up the TV remote to go, don't kill the bee. And I had no selection.
Yeah.
It's very aggressive, but it's like a smooth aggressive. So, but no, I do appreciate it. And like, I think I also really like it too, because like when I first sat down and watched it, I was like, oh, I'm tired of like, my choices on HBO right now. I'm gonna fuck it. You're great, by the way, HBO. You're fantastic. You're doing everything right. Probably hurry up and pump out more episodes of Our Flag Means Death. But
I need those gay pirates.
Yes.
Oh, please give me the gay pirates.
But no, I was like, fuck it. Let's go over to Netflix for a little bit and chill. And so I'm just scrolling through, and no, as a more recent thing to appear, it was on my recommended list, and I was like, is this gonna be like Man versus Wild? Like, what the fuck is happening? And so I'm reviewing it, and I'm like, Man versus Bee. Like, is this gonna be like a full out brawl? Like, I don't know what's happening. And no, it was perfection from the start all the way to the finish.
Like when you're telling me about this, or when you mentioned this show, Man versus Bee, because that was really all I really had to go off of was the title. That was all you had told me was, we're going to talk about this show called Man versus Bee. And I went, okay, I have not seen that. And you're like, okay, that's going to be, or you can watch it if you want to. And I was like, no, I'll just go into it blind. And you're like, okay. I honestly thought it was going to be like I had no idea what it was gonna be. I wasn't sure if like
You didn't have like any kind of you didn't form like any kind of a plot in your head. You're like, man, this just the title alone, like man versus bee.
I was like, man versus bee. What? I was like, is it about like corporations versus like nature? Is it like? I was like, is it
That's still the bee movie.
That's still the bee movie.
I know, right? I was like, is it the fucking bee movie? Is it like
It's Mr. Bean.
It's Mr. Bean. Is it like I think another part
Well,
of
what
my
if I
brain
threw
was
that
just
at you
like,
instead? What if instead I went, hey Ari, there's something you need to check out. It's called Man versus Bee. The main actor is Mr. Bean.
I would be like I think in that point my brain would just I don't even know what I would come up with. I would just sit there for a moment and be like, is it a comedy? Because like my other thought was like, oh, Man versus Bee, is it like a horror movie? Are we doing like Mothra versus Godzilla? Are we like, because like, you know, there's some weird ass horror movies out there.
I think the idea of a bee like versus man like horror movie is just.
I would vote for the bee.
Oh no, I definitely vote for the bees. Fuck the guy.
I'm pretty sure there is one. Like,
is there?
I think so.
Well, you can look that up.
It's
I'm interested
probably
now.
called the Swarm or
Probably something stupid like that. But no, I mean,
I don't like that.
Like
there is one called Swarms.
Is there?
There's multiple.
Nice. But no, because like my thoughts are like the concept of you being surrounded by thousands of insects that are stinging you is already terrifying. There doesn't need to be a monster. You know how fucking scary it is to just like, especially me being allergic. When I see one wasp, 100 wasps, I would shit my pants. I would shit my pants and then I would die. They wouldn't have to do anything to me.
See,
I do need to say real quick, we keep saying Mr. Bean.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen any of those movies and have no fucking
You've
clue who
never
that
seen?
is.
Oh, that's gonna change.
I've seen like clips of Mr. Bean, but I haven't really seen.
Oh, we're having a Mr. Bean night. That is not okay.
Okay, so
it is like slapstick humor is the fucking God, it's the best.
Okay,
it's so good.
I will say some of these titles for these B horror movies.
Feed them to me. I want to hear this shit.
I have to keep looking away from my phone because there's, for some reason, in some of these covers, there's a lot of eye horror and.
Oh, I'm so into that. I like lots of eyes on like walls of flesh and like holes.
I would like to request that when you tell us a name of a movie, we have to figure out what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Say the title of it,
okay.
And we'll give you like a quick collaborative rundown of what that movie is.
You already guessed one of them, which is Swarmed.
There's a lot of wasp. It's not bees. That movie's wasp.
Strictly wasp related.
One is just called Stung.
Did you know that ladybugs can swarm?
Yeah.
And attack?
Yeah.
Have you not seen when ladybugs move inside, like in February around here, and there's just hundreds of them?
No. I've seen stink bugs.
Oh yeah, the stink bugs do.
The stink bugs.
Ladybugs sometimes do it. Oh, Phoebe loves killing stink bugs, so we'll be good.
Oh, great.
But Stung is one of them.
Stung is one of them.
Stung.
Just Stung.
Immediately for me, Stung is Sting's first attempt at trying to become the musician that he now is.
I mean, I was thinking of just a very average summer camp and just a kid figuring out that he's allergic to bees and/or wasps. Like the whole movie is just a kid at summer camp. And you're like, when the fuck is the horror part of this gonna kick in? And a little over halfway, this kid gets stung. And then from there, it's, oh God, he's dying. Quick, get him to the hospital. And that's when the horror kicks in. You're like, this kid might die.
Well, hold on. How about he gets stung, but like over the course of a few days, multiple times? And like the camp counselors there are trying to give him remedies that they've only ever learned via mouth from their parents. And they're like, yeah, just put a cigarette out on it and it'll suck all the venom out.
We don't have any cigarettes. Jeremy does.
Yeah, Jeremy down by the fucking lake. He's down there kicking rocks.
He's a bad kid.
He's a bad rock kicking boy.
Okay. So let's see. I'm trying to decide whether I should only do like the good ones. I'm gonna save one of these for actually no, I'm gonna save this one next because this is hilarious.
Okay.
Tsunami.
It is like Sharknado. It is Sharknado, but it is a tsunami of bees.
Tsunami? Oh my god! Could you imagine?
I have to watch it.
Could you imagine a fucking? Could you imagine a
Is
wave?
it a tsunami of bees?
It fucking better be.
Oh, it looks like a single giant.
Holy
Why
shit!
is there a tornado?
Okay.
What does that have to do with the tsunami?
Let me set the premise for how the physics of this is gonna work.
The tagline is this is gonna sting a little.
A little. Okay, so it's a fucking huge wall of bees, right? But none of them are flying. They're kind of like almost like actionless, but they're all bzzz, but they move like water. And so God, hold on, there's so much shit going on in my head right now.
We triggered the ADHD.
For tsunami.
Oh, could you imagine what was the animated film we watched about the end of the world, or like the Japan
sinks.
Japan sinks? All bees, no water, just bees. It's all bees. There's millions of gallons of bees.
Oh my god.
I don't know why this has reminded me of an old joke that I used to tell with my family because they all worked at Applebee's. It's like, imagine if Applebee's was apples or bees. Like, that's the only two options you got. So your waiter got to the table and was like, hello, welcome to Applebee's. Would you like apples or bees? But you've never been there before, so you just go, bees?
Bees?
Like the cards
come back
Yeah.
with a plate and like a cake topper over it, and all you hear is bzzz. You're like, what is that? And they're like, well, you asked for the bees.
Oh my god.
But just, I would love, like, California, their fucking people are calling in, they're like, we just got like an 8.2 earthquake. And just out in the middle of the ocean, the tides roll back, and it goes from crystalline blues and greens, it turns fucking yellow and black. And bees just bzzz, crash. And
I'm now on a tsunami deep dive. It came out in 2015.
2015?
Now, you
What
have
a
to
great
look up
year.
when Sharknado came out after this, because I swear to God,
It's the
probably
same director.
It's
inspired by.
So,
oh my god.
I
love the idea of just taking natural disasters and putting animals in them.
It has 1.8 out of 10 stars. Why does
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, that's a movie you get drunk to.
Rotten Tomatoes. There's no tomato score on
There's
it. There's
nothing on it? Oh, someone
the
needs to get on
audience
that.
score is 40%.
40? Ooh, okay. You know what? That's not bad.
What the hell is this?
I don't hear. Let me see.
That's photo from it.
Oh my
I
god!
need to see.
Holy shit!
What the fuck is that?
When it does take place in. Hold on. It does take place in Los Angeles though. When atmospheric catastrophe send Los Angeles into chaos, survivors band together as giant clouds of killer bees descend from strange gravity swells. What?
That has nothing to do with the tsunami.
You've never heard of the great legendary gravity bee?
No. Okay, I need to describe this picture to the podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
It is a woman.
If you want to call her that.
Her head looks photoshopped forward, away from her body. Like she's supposed to be leaning forward, but they stretched it. Around her is, I'm pretty sure it's the same wasp. It's not even a bee. Photoshopped over and over, like a swarm.
The easiest movie to make.
Her eyes are like the black parts, her pupils are glowing like almost white yellow.
Yeah.
Her mouth all of her teeth have separated about a quarter of an
I
inch.
don't know if I should laugh or cry, or should I get high as fuck and then laugh at this movie?
Okay, we're back. I apologize for the cut. We're gonna edit these two together. We're still on the topic of the bees and the what was it called? Tsunami. So Cameron, go ahead and finish. Do your description. Start from the beginning.
I'm starting from the beginning.
Yeah, from the description.
Okay, so it is a woman, and it looks like she has been slightly stretched to look like she is leaning towards the camera. It looks like there have been several images of the same wasp copy and pasted around her. The pupils of her eyes are a glowing, almost white yellow, and her teeth have all been separated about a quarter of an inch and sharpened to a very, very big point.
Yeah, they look like small
thinned out.
You know, like horror, like D&D, like octopi beaks.
Yeah.
How they spread. Yeah, they look like that.
Yeah.
And she looks like she's roaring at the camera. I'm just most amused by it's definitely the same picture of a wasp.
Yeah.
It's not even bees. It's the same wasp, copy and pasted over and over in different sizes around her.
And then Ari, you looked up the trailer for.
I did, but I'd like to read the comment before I actually play the trailer to watch it, so I can provide commentary on it. One of them from 5 years ago, because this came out in 2015, but this is from 5 years ago. I don't know if I should laugh or cry, or should I get high as fuck and then laugh at this movie, then cry later when I realize I don't have a life. Is one of the comments. So now I'm playing the trailer, and I will. So this is Wild Eye Releasing is what it starts with.
Yeah.
Company.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Did that man just punch a leaf? Wait.
That's what it looked like.
Wait. Okay, first off, they open with a man and they're trekking through a jungle, and they find these pods or hives.
Yeah.
And this man, instead of doing the classic chopping on, this man just straight up punched.
You didn't slice the tree branches out of the way.
He's Minecrafting his way through life.
They got us in the first 3 seconds. I'm interested. Keep it going.
Hold on. They had no budget. They spent all their money on bee tsunami technology. They had no money for a machete. They couldn't afford to buy this man a knife.
Show this man's arm just going whack. It's like a big banana leaf.
You think I'll look tough if I punch that leaf?
Okay, would you rather him punch it or have a butter knife?
If I had to, I will take my chances surviving in the wild with a butter knife.
Okay. Oh, here
a tool is a tool.
Further, they're.
It spreads.
Okay.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, that's the man that punched the leaf. I think that's the man that.
So those wasps, they're not bees.
They're not bees?
Those wasps?
Those are wasps.
They're wasps.
Are huge.
They're like giant.
They're like the size of like the palm
They are
of my
most
hand.
definitely wasps. Based off of their abdomen.
Yes. And I mean, honestly, the hives too. But I will say, he was like, we have to make sure it doesn't spread. They show the gooey dripping, like this gooey dripping stuff.
Yeah.
That is definitely not honey. And it's just like, why? Why? Okay. Now we're in a burning city with a helicopter.
There are areas being looted and fires being set in nearly every district.
Fires? Wait.
The wasps are setting fires.
That's what I'm concerned about.
Well, let's see. Is it the wasp or people?
Hello, Chase Bank. I'd like to check my account.
Wait.
We're currently on wasp fire.
Hold on. I'm gonna rewind this for a moment because okay.
Private property, no trespassing.
I want you all to lower your
Oh.
Why are they like?
No, I'm telling you, the people wearing black and white have been infected.
What's going on out there?
Did I hear like someone like knocking on glass and then the bee popped?
The bee didn't
no,
pop,
the
the
bee
person
murdered.
did.
The person did?
So I would like to describe for our audience. This person just got absolutely tackled by a bee, and then there's just this dramatic splatter against the window of this car.
Looked like raspberry jam.
It did. It didn't even look like actual. Okay, hold on. There's like a big bee tornado and stuff.
Oh, that's the teeth lady.
Yeah. What?
There's zombies now.
There's zombies in the bee movie?
Like,
Are they zombies?
They were people. Again, these are wasps, though.
oh, there's the
Oh,
tsunami.
they're not even bees though.
Those are 100% wasp.
What the fuck was
If
that?
I
you're gonna make a
want to
movie,
watch this.
if you're gonna make a movie called Tsunami, for one, there needs to be a tsunami, and there needs to be a fucking bee.
Yeah, because that was just a swarm of.
I'm kind of disappointed with the trailer, but I still want to watch
Yeah,
it.
I want to watch it.
I see why it has no stars,
I-
no rating.
Hold on. Okay, I'm pulling up the IBDM and
This is one of those things where like, hey,
original.
hey, can I pull you in to do a part? And they're like, yeah, what are we doing today? Like, what's the story? Like,
You're punching a lady.
you're I really need you. It's a dramatic piece. You're surrounded in the dangers of the wild. Oh man, I'm loving this. I'm gonna continue. We can't afford you any. You have no tools at all. You're walking through the midst of these dewy forests. I need you to punch this leaf.
Oh my god.
Hear me out. All they told him about his casting role was, "You are the ultimate himbo."
Please.
What would a himbo do?
Please no.
I think a himbo would punch that leaf.
Please no. I'm going to get up for this. I've been laying on the floor.
We have so many
Please.
chairs,
I know.
and
Take a
you've
fucking
just been on
seat.
the floor.
Yes, I like the floor. Please know the original title, according to IMDb, the original title for Tsunami.
IMDb.
IMDb.
Do you have no idea which? IMDb.
The original title for Tsunami was Tsunami, The Wrath Cometh.
The Wrath Cometh? Oh my god.
It's an hour and 22 minutes long.
No.
Yeah.
Who the fuck can make a movie about a swarm of bees over an hour? 30 minutes max.
And like most of the scenes they show, why is there bee sex in the picture?
At least those are bees.
I think you guys broke that. Can you back up from the mics a little bit? My audio,
Okay, oh,
the audio wave went fucking crazy.
oh my god. Yeah, like seriously. Oh my gosh.
No, seriously.
Oh, you can't do that right now.
The Japanese title actually does
It's
say
got a
zombie.
Japanese
Oh,
version.
it's zombie.
It's a zombie.
Zombie's probably more
accurate.
accurate.
This
than-
one, apparently this was the original poster.
Let me see.
That is a wasp.
It's the original title.
That's a wasp.
It's literally
You can't make a movie and call it Tsunami. And
Or
Do they-
zombie.
do they not know what? I'm sure the Japanese were just like, let's put more focus on the zombie character.
the fact that literally they show a whole section of the trailer where there's zombies.
But you can't make a movie about a horror movie about bees and use wasps. And these wasps are what? The size of these people's heads?
Yeah, these
They're
wasps are
fucking
like
huge.
body size.
They're
One
waddies.
straight tackled a woman.
Yeah, And then dramatically sprayed.
I have a few issues. For one, a tsunami is a very intense, very real, very scary natural event.
Mm-hmm.
Already a good premise for a movie. A tsunami.
Yes, as tsunamis have been used in many movies.
This movie seemingly has nothing to do with tsunamis.
I know, like,
Are these people who don't know what bees are and they're in a place called Tsunam? Because that's the only reasonable explanation.
no,
They
were in Los Angeles because that's what the
because it
description
takes place
says.
in Los Angeles. I know, I read that.
Why was there a very obviously tropical rainforest
I know.
in Los Angeles?
My favorite part of the trailer, though, is the man just straight punching the leaf.
My brain
And
hurts.
the fact that they show this so-called gang, quote unquote, the bee gang, and they're all in black and yellow. Like, you could tell that they were kind of trying to go for like a Blood versus Crips feel for that, but they were like, we can't.
Were they?
They.
Because there's no other team besides human beings. Beings.
But like, I feel like that's the vibe they're trying to give, is that these other people, or the other people, were perceiving them as like gang members, maybe, or like they're part of the bee gang, and the way they did that was by putting them all in yellow.
You've been suppressing my bee kind for too long.
I swear on bees. I won't. I love bees too much. I swear though.
I swear to bees.
If they didn't spend
I swear at bees sometimes.
most of their budget on getting the copyrights to use the Black and Yellow song for this movie, at least the end credits. If the end credits don't roll up like these humans defeat the zombie tsunami, and like they're like, yeah, we did it.
Black
and then
and
like
yellow,
this slow
black
black
and
and yellow fade, and it just starts scroll, like there's no fade in the camera or anything. Those credits just start scrolling on a black screen, and that song starts playing. I'm going to be so disappointed if that is not. It specifically has to be the end credit song or a car chase scene.
Yeah.
Or it has to be like the big major fight.
Yes, which should involve a car chase.
They show it,
like
it
Fast
literally.
and Furious.
Like, I would like to point out though, literally, it only showed, with the exception of that aerial shot of a burning LA, for some reason.
I want to know how the wasps are starting fires.
I don't think they are. I think people are using the wasp as an excuse to start fires.
Or I guess like they're
like Mr. Bean.
or like, hey, it's really difficult out here to run my store when there's so many wasps. You know what wasps don't like? Fire.
Torch it.
Again,
This building's made of brick.
Mr. Bean was fighting one regular sized bee
Yeah.
and set a house on fire and made a homemade bomb. If human sized wasps showed up, Mr. Bean would burn it all down.
But did you notice though, outside of that one shot, in which wasn't even like an actual shot, it was literally just a sky scan with bad CGI fire, there was only 2 locations that they showed. They showed this random ass field that looked like more like Kansas, and they showed the jungle.
They vaguely showed housing.
But it was like barn Midwest housing.
Yeah.
Like that would be in a field or like farmland. Which,
Also, how did these wasps get into this
tornado.
location?
Well,
The
Like
tornado.
just the tornado? They weren't like illegally shipping these rare
Well,
species of giant.
hold on, because you read the info.
The one sentence prop.
Yes, and it said that gravity fucking thing showed
the
up.
gravity swells.
yes.
Gravity swelled showed up, and that's where they came from.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, but
I
in
feel like
the
we need to watch this movie
rainforest,
and, like-
they saw the hives,
Yes.
but the wasps showed up in a field.
No, the wasps were in the rainforest too. But
The gravity swell showed up in the field.
Can you
I
look
don't
up what a
know.
gravity swell
what's
is?
a gravity
I know what a
swell?
gravity well
Actually,
is.
I want to see if I can just find the plot to this movie.
I really just at this moment my brain's itching. I need to know what a gravity
Gravity
swell is.
swell.
My brain hurts so much right now from.
Also, where
It's
can we
literally
find this movie?
Is it? I bet it's not a fucking thing.
He's trying to suggest. I don't know. I don't know what it's trying to suggest.
What? Give me some of the. What is it? What is it throwing at you? What's Google throwing?
DeviantArt.
DeviantArt? This whole movie's pulled from someone's fucking clip studio
Inflation
piece.
audio.
Inflation audio? Dear God, we're getting into my cousin's search history. Quick, leave.
Oh no! Oh, I just thought Inflation Audio was like a site where it's like, welcome to Inflation Audio. No, pumping people full of air.
Full of bees.
Is available. Okay, so apparently Tsunami is available on Pluto TV for free.
Oh, I bet. I fucking bet. What was the budget for this film?
I don't know. I'm trying to look.
Tsunami budget.
Tsunami film budget.
I'm looking at the
storyline.
Okay. After atmospheric After atmospheric catastrophes send Los Angeles into chaos, 3 groups of survivors who escape the city must put aside their differences to face a series of apocalyptic events. As they work together, they are faced with an even greater nightmare, a giant gravity swells that contain thousands of giant killer bees.
They're not bees.
Intent on ushering in the end of the world. They're sentient killer bees.
Wait!
What?
Is this the 3 plagues that what's-his-face called down upon the people?
No,
when they
it was
wouldn't listen to God?
No,
No, I get that. But the fires and the swarms
the wrath cometh.
And the swarms of...
Oh, do you think that fits in with the original title that it was supposed to be? But they're like, this is a little god heavy.
The swarms of bugs, the fires, and fucking plague, they're zombies. This is just a Christian retelling.
One of the user reviews, 1 star out of 10.
I've put the pieces together.
Well, you know what? That makes a lot of sense to me, considering the fact that they try to use, due to atmospheric events and gravity swells, they don't know shit about fucking science.
When Moses called down upon fucking fire, locust, and plague is zombies, and they had to put aside their differences to fight it. And fuck, it's a retelling. It's a retelling.
Your eyes are so wide right now.
I've never been this smart.
Oh my god.
The thing that I was forced to learn over and over again when I was young, I'm remembering that now.
I am.
Oh, apparently it's also on Apple TV. But it's on Pluto.
Oh, come on, Apple.
I think. It gives the option to watch it there.
Oh my god.
But I'm just like... There's really nothing else about it, but every single rating is like 1 star.
Hold on. If I open my phone, TikTok's gonna be very loud. I apologize. Ooh, that's butt. Tsunami. Hold on.
Tsunami plot summary.
Tsunami.
I'm just enjoying all of this so much.
There's no like.
What is the plague that Moses called? Hold on, I just can't.
Hey, Gerald, if
the
you
10
could.
plagues of Egypt.
Yeah, there's 10 of them, and there's
the
only
10 plagues of Egypt.
Include, but are not limited to,
giant killer wasps.
Tsunami.
Could you imagine Moses chilling with God and just at like any kind of a cafe, and like he gets down to the last bit of soda and he's like,
no, because hear me out.
He's like, hey man, what do you think we should call the next real big event? He's like, I don't know, man. What are people scared of? Bugs? How about bees? Tsunami.
But hear me out. The people who wrote, I haven't watched it, obviously. We just discovered it. What if the people who made Tsunami are fucking, like, they had this glorious idea to recreate the plagues of Egypt as a movie. They just didn't have the fucking money. So now everyone's shitting on their movie, but no one's putting together. Because there's nothing about it being connected to the 10 plagues of Egypt online. What if we're the first ones to connect this? We need to call the director.
No, you need to, one, relax, and two, you're making this sound like a Snowpiercer Willy Wonka thing. This isn't something you make like a YouTube video about. I'm sure most people can go, honey, you brought it up, and me and Ari went, yeah, that checks out a little bit. That's the reaction you're gonna get. No one's in the living room going, oh my God, Cameron put the fucking pieces together, bro. The tsunami movies about the plagues. Nobody's losing their mind.
I would like to clarify too. This movie is so unpopular and bad. There is no Wikipedia page for it.
Nothing on it. I don't know. How did you stumble upon it? You're looking up
I looked up B horror
movies.
movie.
He does.
B horror movie.
Hold on. I went down to the trivia section for Tsunami, and it says, at the approximate 20-minute mark, while the cop cruiser is shown to be teetering over the edge, each shot from above shows the car to be parked so far back that it's sitting solidly on pavement. That's the trivia.
Oh my God.
Oh, fuck.
Holy shit, we need to watch this.
Yeah, I definitely
movie
want to watch it.
check
And
back
it's
in.
free too, so that's the best part.
The movie is,
God forbid I spend money on this.
there's only 2 trivia questions. The other one, the movie is commonly known as Tsunami, yet the poster shows it being a tornado of wasps.
Yes.
That's the only 2 trivia.
Like-
The review, skip it.
Oh my God.
It's not worth your time.
As a big fan of B horror movies, they meant B rated, but you know, in monster movies, take my advice and don't bother with this one. The technical issues, learn to use the camera outside, maybe. Wow, they're just getting real mean. Or make it seem like the bees are really there just one time.
Just one time.
And sub B grade acting only underscored the lack of script, story, or payoff. I struggle to understand why this was made.
Oh my God.
This person just held nothing back.
Oh my gosh.
Disaster Colossus
Is
another one.
Oh my gosh. I feel like
This review is really
I found a
fucking long.
Nerdly review.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is deep dive.
No.
Okay.
We don't have time for all of that. That is.
Is it from Bethany Cox?
Oh my gosh. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
This person says must watch Disaster Piece, so I think we're watching.
Yes. So
Okay.
I'm one of those people who enjoys really bad movies.
Oops, this is a mess. This is a biblical catastrophe movie.
Yes, it is. This review literally
Oh my
says
God.
tsunami. This whole detail. Tsunami opens on a dusty land where a young woman is foraging wood for an unknown reason. Cut to the jungles of Africa, I think. We're quickly filled in on a biblical apocalypse that somehow involves bees. I don't remember any bee-related end times in my King James version.
I love how much Cameron is eating this up. I love it. I've never seen you so excited about you having a thought that has been given life.
The UK title is Wasp-NATO.
Wasp-NATO? Way better. A million times better. You know why? Because there's wasps.
Someone says, like being forced to watch a Hallmark film during a Hallmark film during youth Bible study.
Oh, hold on.
Hold on. I'm having a very important thought, which is when Ari said Hallmark, I immediately thought, hey, Grandma, I know it's your 80th birthday, and like I know you love bees, and I found this adorable card. And she opens it up, and it reads the words, I love you. Happy birthday. I hope you have a great day. Tsunami. And then a giant wasp eats its way out of the center of the card and just fucking burrows a hole through your grandmother and kills her.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it says Oh my gosh. Tsunami is an apocalyptic tale about an argumentative group of stereotypes thrust into a harrowing world of giant bees, prayer groups, counterproductiveness, and some zombies for good measure. From the very beginning, we're pitched cliches like the trigger-happy white cop and an innocent, except not really gangbanger of color. Want a racist redneck? Check. How about a Bible thumper with a hidden arsenal of assault weapons? Check.
Oh my god.
The movie was funded by a church.
Oh my
no
God.
fucking way.
This is a review from February 15th, 2022. Because I am definitely in the minority here. I watched this last night, and I have to say it was a treat. It takes itself way too seriously. It seems to have been funded by a church, and by the woman playing the sheriff happens to share the last name of the person listed for the ministry that it's funded by. So it is indeed funded by the church. That's why it is so biblical. But it's a joy. Yes, there are bizarre Christian symbols in this. Yes, the storyline seems disjointed. But if you are a lover of truly strange movies, don't pass this up.
Oh
There's a movie. The CGI is far better than something like Birdemic.
Is it a bird epidemic film?
That's what I need to look up Birdemic.
Okay. Oh wait, we've got to holster this for another time.
We're gonna. I feel like we're gonna need to do a whole episode
on Birdemic.
Like Birdemic.
We can
Sharknado.
3 of them.
No. Not a chance. Not a fat chance.
Because I feel like I need to bring Sharknado.
It came out in 2010.
Oh my god.
Well, that's a little. The CGI will be worse because it's 5 years.
But that'll make it better.
The best movie in the world, Tsunami.
3 come out.
Oh,
I don't know. I think they're still making Sharknadoes. Last I knew, there's 5 of them.
Birdemic 2 came out 2013. I need to know, is Birdemic older than Sharknado?
I don't know. I think Sharknado came out 2012. Somewhere around there. A lot of almost apocalyptic movies.
2013. Birdemic is older. The second Birdemic came out the same year Sharknado came out.
I think I remember seeing the trailer while watching Sharknado.
Well, they put it in the movie.
But I was
hold on. You're watching Sharknado, someone's watching TV, and if you zoom in, it's Birdemic, and then in the Birdemic, it's another kid watching TV, and it's an ad for Tsunami.
Birdemic 3 started production in 2021.
Oh my god.
It's not done yet.
It's not finished?
No, they started production last year.
Oh my god.
I'm bad numbers, but that's the budget.
Oh my god. Why is it in April? My poor birth month.
Oh my god.
All right. No, I'm gonna wrap things up. This has been way too much. I hope you guys had as much fun as we've had. My fucking head feels swollen. I'm your leaf punching host, Cole.
I'm your Tsunami Ari.
I'm a biblical genius. Hi, my name is Cameron.
Oh fuck. Why there's so many fucking chairs in this room?